Cars. You can't get away from them if you live in the city. Just look around us. They're everywhere you go. In fact, the United States delights in having automobiles. We have more than 2 for every person in the country. And why? Well, we need them for transportation, right? Of course we do. So you would think that these vehicles swirling around me here would be the best at transportation. That because we are 3% of the world's population and use 25% of the world's oil for things like this and that, and those big scum-sucking things, that we would in fact be really, really good at designing cars. But the fact of the matter is, we're not. So we're going to get out of traffic, and I'm going to tell you why we shouldn't give the manufacturers of these things hurling by us 1 penny of taxpayers' dollars. And believe me, they want more than a penny. I'm glad I don't have to see these much anymore. That's a whole nother video about my Pagio. What do all of those cars we just saw whizzing by me have in common? They all run on this stuff. And this stuff is like the crack of America. We are addicted to oil. So much so that really great news for ExxonMobil today. They have posted an all-time record profit in this quarter, $15 billion with a B dollars. That only exceeds their last quarter's profits, which set, of course, the all-time records for corporations in America. Yes, the oil business is very profitable. And now the conduits to the oil business, cars. Because let's not forget, the only thing a car is, whether it's a van, or an SUV, or a sports car for a guy with a small penis, or the single mom, or the guy over there in the clunker, or any of these people. The only thing their cars do is provide a way for you to pull up to the pump and give the oil companies money. You can't get in that car right there and say, take me home, and have it drive itself. It has no collision avoidance. 30,000 people a year die on these roads. Right here on this street where I live, right here on this street by my house, every single week there's an accident and it's almost fatal. Automobile manufacturers manufacture a deadly product, a product almost as deadly as tobacco, and we let them. They manufacture a product that's overpriced, and we pay it. They manufacture a product that does nothing that we need it. There's no night vision. Get in your car at night. Can you see what's up ahead? Absolutely not. Could you? Do they have night vision? Sure they do. Will it navigate itself? Sure it will. Do you have cameras on the dashboard to show you everything around your vehicle? No. Do they have that? Yes. Do you get more than 40 miles to the gallon? No. Could you? Yes, for the last 100 years. And now these companies that make these enormously ugly hunks of metal and fiberglass are coming to you, the people who have made sure that ExxonMobil has an all-time corporate profit of $15 billion this quarter. They're coming to you, the manufacturers of the machines that give the oil companies their profits. And they're asking you for a bailout. Now, cell phone companies are smart enough to fucking give you the phone, okay? Because they know you're going to use it to get the minutes. I've always thought oil companies should give us cars. All a car is good for is to buy oil products. That's all it's for. Tires, oil product. Oil in the car, oil product. Gasoline, oil product. The fiberglass it's made out of, oil product. All a car is good for is to sell oil. So why don't they give them to us? Why do we have to pay $20,000 to then pay the oil companies to have record profits? And then when the manufacturers of these pieces of crap go broke, especially the American ones who have not innovated for years, who have relied upon public bailouts, who have given us cars that are neither smart nor fuel efficient nor even really that pretty or that classy or that fast or that anything, we've always been behind, now they think that without them our economy will die. Well, I am really sick of hearing about how without Wall Street, without this, without that, our economy will die. There are plenty of cars out here made in other countries. We don't need you, GM. We don't need you, Chrysler. You make a dumb product. Reinvent what you do. Give us a car that's $10,000 or less that gets 100 miles per gallon. You give us that within 5 years and I'll give you the $25 billion. I'll call up George or Bernanke or whoever and I'll say, you know how GM wants that $25 billion? You give it to them, but you make them sign a pledge that within 5 years we'll have a car on the market that's under 10 grand and gets 100 miles per gallon. They can do it, but they won't do it. Why? Because they're happy making 30 grand on a Prius, honey. Now, as you go pump your little lower price gas this weekend thinking, oh, gas has come down to $3 a gallon. Just remember, $15 billion this quarter alone, ExxonMobil, GM, and all the other auto manufacturers who charge you $30,000, $40,000 for those cars, want 30, 40 billion of your dollars. It's absurd. Say no. No bailouts for the auto manufacturers. Take a bus. It's cheaper. Ew.